And then he died.
Well, that's what he gets. He tried to review all 36 Godzilla films at once.
Speaking of, what's your review gonna be on anyway?
I don't know. I want to try to do something a bit more mainstream, maybe something from my past.
Wait, why are we in a graveyard again?
Hey, it's where I come to think.
You know what, whatever. What are you reviewing anyway?
Well, I just don't know what I'm going to review.
So that's why we came here.
Yes!
Hey, I got an idea. Take a look at this.
Really? Isn't that a little ironic considering the environment we're in right now?
I'm sorry, I was just trying to help.
Besides, me and that movie have a history I don't really want to talk about.
What? You don't like Night of the Living Dead? Are you kidding me? That thing's awesome! Why don't you like it?
I don't know.
Okay, how about we just get a third opinion on this? How about, that guy?
I don't know, he looks a little dead around the eyes.
That guy's not looking too good.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, are you okay? Oh God, what is he doing? What is he doing?
Oh my God! Okay, I don't hate this movie, but 13-year-old me did. Okay, that's a bit of an overstatement too. I was just never really big on this movie growing up. For some reason, just 13-year-old me found this movie very, very boring. I've always knew the importance of Night of the Living Dead, I just never clicked with me. And now it's come back to haunt me. Well, I guess the only thing I can do is revisit this movie and see if my opinion has changed.
Yes, it did.
What?
Of course it did. You wouldn't be reviewing it otherwise.
Oh yeah, that's right. This movie's awesome. What was 13-year-old me thinking? Alright, a little history first. So, in 1968, Pittsburgh local George A. Romero teamed up with Russell Streiner and John Russo to create something that wasn't a crappy commercial. The trio decided the only way to actually make a movie and make a buck in the process was to make a horror movie. The three of them then paired up with rival filmmakers Carl Hardman and Marilyn Eastman to make Night of Anubis, Night of the Flesh Eaters, Night of the Living Dead. Took them a while to find a name. So let's get into today's topic, Night of the Living Dead, or NOTLD. Noddled? Now, the premise of Noddled is very simple and also very easy to understand. Basically, it's about a group of survivors who hole up in an abandoned farmhouse during the early hours of a zombie apocalypse. The whole movie is very simple. It doesn't take any risk in storytelling or presentation, and that's mostly due to the fact the filmmakers got their start in industrial films and commercials in Pittsburgh. But that really isn't a negative. It feels good to watch a movie where there aren't grandiose themes and crazy camera angles. It's very easy to watch. This is a rare case of simple people wanting to make a simple movie, but that movie explodes and then it gets put in the Library of Congress. But how did it end up there? This movie is widely considered to be the birth of the modern zombie. And yeah, that's right. Pretty much everything we know about modern zombies can be traced back to this film. You got the classics like having to destroy the head to take one out.
Law enforcement agencies and the military have been organized to search out and destroy the marauding ghouls. The Survival Command Center at the Pentagon has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a shot in the head or a heavy blow to the skull.
If you're bit, then you're screwed.
What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
One of those things grabbed her.
Bit her on the arm.
But then you also have the ones that never really came back. Like the zombies being afraid of fire and bug eating. The look of the zombies, or ghouls as they call them,
Flesh-eating ghouls.
aren't anything special. Zombies in the modern era usually tend to look gnarly and messed up, but the original guys in Noddle looked just like regular people. Now that choice can probably be chalked up to the budget they had, a measly $114. So the zombies just end up looking like real people. But I really think that really heightens the scare factor since they look like regular people. Ugh, I burped, hard cut. But of course, the zombies are only half of this movie. We gotta talk about... Alright, and then it smash cuts to the next... You got Barbara, our almost main character. The movie begins with her along with her brother Johnny.
They ought to make the day the time changes, the first day of summer.
What?
Her only purpose in this movie is to be in that opening, because after that, she just sits around and does nothing. And I mean nothing. We also got Tom and his girlfriend Judy. They also aren't big characters either. They're kind of just there to add to the body count in the zombie chow. But then we get Cooper and his wife Helen. Helen doesn't really do much besides put up with her husband's crap, but Cooper is the first interesting character because he serves as the antagonist of the film. Cooper's whole deal and plan of the movie is that he wants everyone to hide in the basement because he says it's the safest place in the movie.
How long you guys been down there? I could use some help up here.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place. Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
They can't get in here.
You got the whole place boarded up?
Yeah, most of it. All but a few spots upstairs. They won't be hard to fix.
You're insane. The cellar's the safest place.
I'm telling you, they can't get in here.
And I'm telling you, those things turned over our car. Look, the cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Tom and I fixed it so it locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we'd never know where they were gonna hit us next.
He's also got that dirt smudge on him.
We gotta fix these boards.
You're crazy. Those things are gonna be at every window and door in this place. We've got to get down into the cellar.
But we'll get to that later. Because first, we have to talk about the best character in the movie. We gotta talk about... Ben! Ben may be the best character out of all the entire George Romero Dead movies. He's also got a classic character introduction.
It's all right. Don't worry about him. I can handle him. Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us.
Ben is like the only person in the entire movie who knows what to do and how to do it. He's also the only one in the movie that is shown to actually effectively kill the zombies, making him super deadly. He also doesn't take any crap from anybody, especially Cooper.
I'm taking the girl with me.
You leave her here. Keep your hands off her. And everything else that's up here, too. Because if I stay up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. And the radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for. Now, if you're going down the cellar, get.
The man's insane. He's insane. We've got to have food down there. We've got a right.
This is your house.
We've got a right.
You going down there with him?
Well,
Yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush.
listen, I got a kid down there. She can't possibly, I couldn't bring her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing through the windows.
Well, you're her father. If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It is tough for the kid that her old man is so stupid. Now, you get the hell down in the cellar. You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
He is easily the best character in the movie. When I said this movie doesn't take any risks in presentation, I meant that. But that really helps in my opinion. There aren't any crazy camera movements or anything because, well, the farmhouse they filmed in didn't really allow for that. The filmmakers were forced to shove the camera into very cramped rooms and in between characters, and it makes the movie feel really claustrophobic, which actually helps add to the scares. Another thing I should mention is the music. It's stock music, but you really wouldn't tell if you didn't know it already. It can be trippy as heck sometimes, though. The gore is another thing I should mention because it's also freaking awesome. Like, holy moly, they blew a hole through that guy. The gore isn't breakthrough or anything, but considering the small budget they had, it's pretty impressive. Apparently a guy called Tom Savini was supposed to work on the gore in this movie, but he was later drafted into Vietnam. I don't think the movie would have improved if he was in it though. It's not like he went on to do anything important or make cool things. No, not him. Alright, now talk about the poopy anniversary film. So, for the 30th anniversary of Not Old, John Russo, who co-wrote the original movie, came back and added 17 minutes of new footage and a new soundtrack. We're keeping that in. One thing I will note about the 30th anniversary re-edit is that the main character in that is a priest, and he looks exactly like the founder of the Church of Satan. But then we got the 1990 remake, which was actually directed by Tom Savini. While I love the original Noodle, the remake of Noodle is actually pretty cool too. It's still the same movie at its core, but it just changes and adds little things. That's staying in. A friend of mine described this movie as playing a video game with all the DLC added to it, and that describes the remake perfectly. Most of the changes in this movie are really for the better. Like Barbara, she has the biggest overhaul in this movie. She pretty much becomes the main character in the remake, and is portrayed as the only sensible person in the entire movie. Ben pretty much became Rambo in this one. All the other characters are pretty much the same in the remake, but their characteristics are pumped up to like 100. The best example I can give for this is while Johnny in the original teases his sister a little, he becomes just straight up annoying in the remake.
They're coming to get you, Barbara. They're horny, Barbara. They've been dead a long time. It's too late now. There's no escape. No, Mother!
There are actually a lot of different Night of the Living Dead movies out there, but this remake is the only one you should check out. The reason for that is because Night of the Living Dead is actually a public domain film, so technically I could end this video by premiering the entire movie. Okay, rating time. You know, I really feel like the original Night of the Living Dead still holds up to this day. It isn't terrifying or anything, but it's still incredibly entertaining to watch to this day. I don't usually say this often, but this is indeed one of the greatest movies ever made. And that's why I'm giving the original Night of the Living Dead an A+. If you haven't seen this movie, then get on it. It's on YouTube and on pretty much every single streaming service, so you have no excuse.
Hey, we got a problem over here.
What?
Yeah, these guys are breaking in. I'm not sure if I'm okay with this.
That's impossible. They can't break through that barricade.
Hello there.
Uh-oh.
Shoot!
This is great. I've always wanted to die in a high school classroom.
No, I'm not dying here.
Alright then, smart guy, find some place to hide.
Oh! We'll hide him here.
No, I'm not going back in that closet. Not after everything I've accomplished.
Alright, fine. Hey, listen here. We're getting in this closet, whether you like it or not. It's the only way we can survive. Looks like we're gonna be in here for a while.
Yeah.
Did you bring any movies?
No.
That's not good. Cyber showed us a message. Why would not be? Nah, it must have not you, but here we get the top line. No. Surf. I be Louis. Hi.